Hello all, I hope you're doing well. We meet again today for a new high-tech video. With Christmas in the rearview mirror, you may be thinking to yourself that it's time to treat yourself and give yourself a wireless speaker. But you don't really know which one to choose, and there are so many choices available on the market. Here is a top 5 of the best Bluetooth speakers on the market to help you make your choice. But before continuing, I remind you that you can find all the details about the products in the description. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell so you won't miss our future videos. Top start, let's discover together the 5 best 2021 Bluetooth speakers. Number 1. Librezone Zip Mini 2. If you already know a little bit about the market, you must have already heard about its big sister, the Zip Mini. An excellent product from Librezone, the brand has decided to go back to the drawing table with its little sister, the Mini 2. And here again, the speaker is almost perfect. This loudspeaker offers a robust construction and more than neat finishes. The speaker is made of a removable, washable, and interchangeable fabric with 4 other colors. The touch surface is more matte than the old one, and with more options at your fingertips. Librezone has thought of adding a strap to its speaker to be able to carry it everywhere. The Zip Mini 2 also keeps its promises on autonomy. Count 12 hours of carefree listening if you don't turn up the volume above 75%. We also appreciate discovering a speaker that is compatible with Netflix and YouTube applications that's almost make us forget the latency of Bluetooth. If you don't like the lag between image and sound, put the speaker directly on wire to avoid too high latencies. Speaking of applications, Librezone's application remains unchanged from the previous version of the speaker and is still fluid, intuitive, and very complete. Among other things, it gives access to numerous sound modes that enhance the user's experience according to his or her tastes. The sound emission is extremely homogeneous. The rendering is rich and musical. The power is very satisfactory considering the size of the speaker, and the distortion rate is exemplary. The very good surprise that Librezone has reserved for us is with this new Zip Mini 2 is the presence of Alexa, and though one would think that it is just another gadget, it is very, very well integrated. Indeed, Alexa has a very good voice pickup, no matter where you are located, and the distance indoors, outdoors, or even sick, Alexa will meet all your wishes, especially since the Zip Mini 2 has the omnidirectional system. You don't know this term? In fact, it means that the sound is propelled through 360 degrees, and thus allows the sound to be projected in the same way in all directions. In short, we like the splendid finishes, the design and construction that are impeccable, the touch controls that are responsive and very complete, the wireless functionality, the omnidirectional diffusion, the sound power, and the almost non-existent distortion. One regrets, on the other hand, is the high latency in Bluetooth and the possibility of recharging the Zip Mini 2 only with the charger of the brand. Number 2. Bose SoundLink Mini 2. Bose is unsurprisingly one of our top performers. No change in design direction, and we find without surprise the codes of its big sisters. That is to say, a large amount of metal on the frame and the protective grills. The design is solid and very neat, but still quite heavy. No need to panic, the grip and the hold remains more than correct. We will be careful because the Bose is not at all fond of sand, dust, and water. The Mini 2 is very easy to use and will guide you from the very first use. When choosing the language, you will notice that the speaker has several languages. Bose adds a large multi-function button on the speaker right next to the volume knob for added convenience from the speaker. Pairing is flawless. Whether you're using Android or iOS, you'll have no problem. It will also be possible to pair 2 devices at the same time. Count on a 12-hour autonomy, more than correct for a speaker. However, we regret a slightly long charge time. Allow a minimum of 3 hours. Finally, on the sound side, we trust Bose. With a good power reserve, it can be used anywhere, even outdoors. Be careful, however, if you exceed 75% volume, a slight distortion can be heard. A small Bluetooth latency is also present. It's a shame. Bose could have done better. To sum up, we like the sound power, the amazing low-frequency reproduction of the size of the speaker, a musical, reactive, and punchy sound as Bose knows how to do, quality finishes that are a signature of the brand, and ease of use, and the very good autonomy of the speaker. We regret, however, the total absence of accessories. Indeed, no small protective shell, no case, and no mini jack cable are provided. Number 3. Ultimate Ears Boom 2. The latest Ultimate Ears speaker does not disappoint and fully deserves its place in this top. Big favorite for the design of this speaker, the facelift is light if you look at it with your big sister. However, this version is available in 6 colors to please the most people. As always at UE, the manufacturing is neat and very robust. The Boom 2 is dressed in a new mesh fabric that hides a metal grille that itself protects the speakers. A rubberized plastic part is also called Soft Touch, allows a good grip of the speaker and encompasses the rest of the device. As a bonus, the Boom 2 is water resistant and can be immersed in water for up to 1 meter deep. It is also shock resistant. Be careful, we do not insist on falls from the 10th floor. Voice alert is in French, which is pleasant, and the voice remains cheerful and audible. The microphone for voice pickup is very clear, although you will have to stay close to the speaker and to hear correctly. Bluetooth pairing is easy and fast. The speaker is Android and the iOS compatible if you want to use the UE Boom application. Moreover, the amp is convenient and simple to use. As with Librazone, it extends the sound possibilities of the speaker. The Bluetooth range is very good. You can easily go up to 20 meters, which is more than correct. Count 14 hours of autonomy with a volume at 80% of its capacity. On the sound performance side, the Boom 2 does not really disappoint and offers quite present and round low frequencies. However, they can become a little boomy if the volume is turned up too much. The high frequencies are well reproduced, but still a little off. This is not embarrassing, but for some styles it makes the song lose its amplitude. We applaud, on the other hand, the very good power reserve for the size of the speaker. Contrary to its competitors, the Boom 2 offers a very correct Bluetooth latency. On the other hand, it will be a little bit much for the just watching movies, especially if you're picky. To sum up, we really like the sound rendering, the distortion of the sound which makes very low end at high volume and sound power, the omnidirectional sound diffusion which is very homogeneous, the robustness and the waterproof side which will make it a very good ally for your next swimming pool parties. On the other hand, we regret the absence of control for the backsplashes, no recharging for mobile devices, and the absence of mini jack cable. Number 4. Soundcore Flare. Soundcore is actually a sub-brand of the Chinese company Anker. Here again, the engineers did a good job. She's entirely dressed in anthracite braided fabric, so she's not physically unusual, but she's got a good grip. The construction is neat, and above all, very robust. We find the controls at the top of the tower and light effects at the bottom. A small hermetic rubber hatch hides the connections and protects them from water. Soundcore offers a waterproof enclosure certified IPX7, i.e. the possibility to immerse at a depth of 1 meter for 30 minutes. The Soundcore application is Android and iOS compatible and offers 5 chromatic ambiances, itself divided into 4 subgroups for more sound details. We start the sound characteristics with the big black dot. Bluetooth latency. Indeed, other brands do much worse, but with Soundcore it will be unpleasant for you to follow a movie without the wire. On the other hand, the sound rendering is rich and dense thanks to a dynamic compressor with excellent parameters. The bass is generous, deep, clean, and dynamic. On some songs, they can sometimes be accentuated without being disturbing. The mids have the beautiful part with a very large and very beautiful power. Reproduction of the timbres are rich and well defined. Be careful though, the flare is not omnidirectional. At the back, the rendering is a little less fluid in treble. However, the loudspeaker diffuses the sound in a very ample way and offers a beautiful immersion. To sum up, we like the neat and sturdy construction, although it's quite simple. The IPX7 certification, the complete controls, the rich sound performance, the power, the well-done application with many chromatic modes. On the other hand, we regret the impossibility to connect several devices at the same time, the high latency and the high treble distortion at high volume. Number 5. Anker Soundcore II. Our latest top speaker comes from the Chinese brand Anker. The Soundcore II offers us a sober and pure design. The quality of the construction is honest with a large metal grille. Everything else is covered with soft touch plastic. Not very thick, it is still pleasant to touch. Moreover, it is not very sensitive to fingerprints, however, they may appear over time. We regret that the Soundcore does not come with a carrying pouch, however the loudspeaker can withstand a few kicks and scratches without any problem. Finally, its robustness also comes from its increased resistance to water without being able to be submerged. Moreover, a small cover is visible to protect the connectors in case of water droplets. Non-slip pads are also present for a good grip in all situations. It's not much, but we appreciate the gesture. Large buttons are present and are easily identifiable. They allow to control most of the basic functions, except the return of the previous track. You'll have to be careful though, because the volume is not always linked between the player and the speaker on the Android. On the other hand, the problem does not exist with iOS. A message to pass on to Anker? Bluetooth pairing is once again problem-free, fast, and easy, whether on Android or iOS, and the Soundcore II makes it possible to pair two devices. The very big advantage of the speaker remains its battery. Count 24 hours of autonomy at low volume. Past the 75%, the autonomy goes down between 15 and 16 hours, which remains very, very well. The Soundcore II is delivered with a micro USB cable, which is a bit short, however, we will always be happy to find it. On the sound side, the audio rendering is far from being extraordinary but remains homogeneous and musical. The speaker uses bass-up technology to inflate the bass, and it works quite well. The sound spectrum is reproduced in a very balanced way. The only downside that you find is many brands is that once the volume is turned up, the highs become a little aggressive and glistening. Contrary to others, the Bluetooth latency is less important and is not disturbing. To sum up, we like the homogeneous sounds rendering, the sober and honest manufacturing, the very nice charge, and its simplicity of use. On the other hand, we regret the high frequencies which become aggressive and limit the full exploitation of the power of sound, and the battery indicator is a little less summary to our tastes. And here you are, friends, our top is over. If you like the video more, let us know by clicking the blue thumb. Have you chosen your favorite speaker out of the group? Do you know other speakers that deserve their place in this top? Tell us all about it. I remind you that all the details concerning the products presented are available in the links in the description. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell to not miss any of our future high-tech videos. On these good words, I say to you very quickly, take care of yourselves, and goodbye.